Tremont over the years has had people go on to play in college, and in spite of us being a little town, we all followed Tremont Turks in their football. Whenever I'd get a chance away from the farm, to go to a game. Well, they went to lights. It was much better then for us farmers to go to games at night. Well, the team was started in the fall of '46. I was a senior, and we'd go up to the park for our practice. We knew what a football looked like, you know, and there was radio, but it was not the same.
And when protection is not given, the passer is smothered for a loss.
Before our first game, we went to Pekin to see a football game, because we had really never seen a game before, and that gave us a kind of a tone of what it was all about. It was a learning experience for me to find out what real contact was like. Of course, we played with helmets, were leather, and no face guards, and big high-top shoes with spikes on them that long. Some of the parents were worried about us and everything, but it was a good experience for me, I know that. Oh, I was a farm kid, slow and dumb with tackle. Paul Luft, good friend of mine. Here's Floyd Punk Stuber, a good running halfback. Ken Ruth, and here's Big Bob Gibson right here. He was a running back, if I remember right, weren't you? Yeah, he was pretty fast and big.
I was always interested in playing. You know, we threw the football a lot around just for recreation. And I was ready for football. And I made some tackles, and I was good running back. I was fullback. Yeah. These two were from the county home.
Yes, these two boys.
Yeah. West of town. There used to be a children's home for homeless children. We had a lot of those kids in our school, and I'll tell you, they were all good. Great. And that's these Anderson boys. Good guys.
Now, how many were on here? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There were a lot of times not that many at a game.
Oh.
A lot of times we'd only have 4 or 5 on the bench, wouldn't we?
Yeah, that's right.
Of course, everybody played the same offense and defense, you know. And Rich Luick, he was a tough kid, tough little kid.
I'd never had a hold of a football. I was on the farm. And my dad wouldn't let me go out for the team. He said, "You'll get hurt." Well, my friend that I hunted with all the time and that, he worked on my dad, and he convinced my dad that I should play 2 nights before the first game. Well, they was dressing, and I come down to the dressing room, and Coach says, "Get dressed." And I said, "Well, I can't dress. I never practiced." And he says, "Well, you can sit out there with us anyhow." He said, "Get dressed." And I played the whole game, and never played football in my life, or never hardly had a hold of a football in my life. But when the first night there, I replaced Ivan Hodson, and he weighed 100 pounds with his uniform on. So I asked the coach, I said, "Well, what am I supposed to do?" He said, "Grab the guy with the ball." And that's the way we played.
They'd have to go out and mark the field off that morning, you know. And of course, we had goal posts. A lot of those houses weren't over there then. There were no bleachers, of course. You just come and stood around the edge of the field. And it's daytime, everything in the daytime. Well, they had 2 benches along here, one for the visiting team, one for the home team, both on the same side of the field, and right along here. And of course the field was laid out. A football field fit in here real good.
You remember the time the guy kept hitting my head?
Yeah.
And we got together and we down there at the goal. We put our shoulder together and we
Took care of him.
took him back to put him against the pole.
Yeah, we took care of
And
him.
we was told we shouldn't do that.
How can you get by without a cane? Oh, you're younger than me. That's
How old are you?
88.
I'm 87.
Yeah, I know. You're younger. I think that's where we tore it up when we was playing, weren't we? And they never did come back.
But this was all mud.
Yeah,
you know,
it was fresh.
First year.
First year.
That's why the long cleats, Rick.
Yeah.
And I don't know who was ahead of this, but they got R.A. Cullen to come down with the road grader, and he went in there and he graded it level. There was no grass. It was just, and the first game was, well, it was dusty, just dirt, you know. And then every game after that, it rained. and you couldn't see the marks anymore, you know. After about 5 minutes, the marks was all gone. You just played.
Well, the team was started by Ray Wolf when he came here as a coach, and he was ambitious, and he said, we should have more activities for you farm kids and people who don't participate.
He taught football, basketball, baseball, track, wrestling. He started wrestling in school too. Our coach just said, you know, he wanted to have a football team, and he started it. We dug out underneath the old gym to get a room so we could dress and have our lockers for clothes down there. We dug that all out. That was our PE class for about 6 months. We had, well, there was about 25 kids, you know. We had a row of buckets going in, a row of buckets coming out full of dirt. We piled her up outside. It was a full basement when we got done, yeah.
Slave labor.
Yeah, that was our gym class.
Yeah, we go to gym class.
That was our PE class for about a year or so.
Haul dirt out of that basement gym class. It was, no kidding. But anyway, that was the good old days. Well, I'm glad it's still here, open space.
Yeah.
Other places they can build houses.
Yeah.
Well, our first game was against Metamora. And Metamora was just starting football also. Our coach was high as a kite. He thought we could whoop these guys, but we didn't. They come down and taught us a lesson in football. And then that ordeal was over, and then we had to get ready for the next game, which we went up to play at Dunlap. They beat us pretty badly, but we did score on them, which gave us a highlight there. We played 6 games. We were 0-6. We did not win a game. And we really weren't that bad. We were just kind of ignorant about the whole thing, you know. And we weren't that bad a team. It just turns out we just happened not to win any games that year.
Well, we didn't win anything, but we scared a few of them. I mean, we come close to Morton. I think they beat us by one or 2 points, and we had one more play to go, and we'd have scored. I mean, we was right down to the goal line, but we needed another play.
We didn't get beat by much. And after the game, Fritz Rapp, one of their best players on the Morton, came down and congratulated me on the game.
We gave them a good game. And other than that, that was my experience with football. I wish I would have been a freshman so I could have played 4 years, but it wasn't to be. But I did follow football all my life and still do. At the end of the school year, we had an athletic banquet, and lo and behold, I got a letter, a T, a maroon T. I still got it.
welcomes 3 special guests. Please join in a round of applause for Bob Gibson, Rich Lewick, and Paul Warner, the 1946 first football team for THS.
We're pretty well thinned out. A lot of us are gone. I think everybody in my class who played football is gone, dead, passed away. Yes, we all knew each other. We all lived in this small town, you know, and we all grew up after that living here or nearby. So anyway, it was a great experience for a farm kid like me to be there.